The day begins slowly, not because people are lazy, but because the world itself moves at a different pace. The sun rises patiently behind the hills, lighting fields that stretch as far as the eye can see. There is no smoke on the horizon, no constant noise, only the sound of wind passing through the trees, the distant crow of a rooster, the creak of wood waking up with the morning. This is how the 18th century awakens. The roads are still empty when the first travelers appear. Horses move forward at steady steps, pulling carts loaded with sacks, barrels, and crates. Every journey is long. Every movement requires planning. Nothing happens too fast. Nothing arrives before its time. Here, the world still respects distance. Inside a stone house, a man finishes tying his boots. He looks at the sky through a small window, gauging the day's weather. There is no clock marking the minutes with precision. Time is felt in the body, in the light, in the cold air, in accumulated fatigue. Beside him, his wife prepares simple bread, shaped by hand, baked slowly. The children are still asleep. The day does not begin with urgency. It begins with necessity. In the villages, doors open one by one. Artisans return to their work. The blacksmith heats the metal, the carpenter arranges his tools, the baker pulls the first loaves from the oven. The smell spreads through narrow streets. There are no flashy shop windows, only the quiet recognition between those who produce and those who consume. Everything is local. Everything is close. A messenger crosses the square on horseback. He carries letters that took weeks to arrive, and will take weeks more to move on. Each message is precious. Every envelope holds news that was already old when it arrived. Wars may have begun or ended before they were even announced. The world does not react instantly. It absorbs. In the great cities of the time, movement grows, but it remains human. People walk. Animals share space with carriages. The noise is irregular. Wooden wheels on stone, hooves echoing, voices mixing in many languages. There is no single sound dominating everything. Silence still finds space between one noise and the next. Commerce happens through direct contact. Coins pass from hand to hand. Value is discussed. Prices change with the seasons, the weather, the harvest. Nothing is standardized. Nothing is immediate. Around the city, the countryside sustains everything. Farmers work from early morning. The land is plowed with effort, pulled by oxen or horses. Every meter gained requires time. Every harvest depends on patience. Failure is not a distant concept, it is a constant threat. An untimely rain, a pest, a harsh winter, and everything can be lost. Nature still sets the rules. In the ports, ships wait. Sails are folded, ropes organized. Departure depends on the wind, the tides, the captain's experience. Transatlantic voyages take months. Crews leave with no guarantee of return. The world is far too large to be conquered quickly. Maps are still incomplete. Territories are still rumors. Inside wealthier homes, the day moves at a different cadence. Thick carpets, crafted furniture, imported tableware. Conversations about politics, trade, alliances. Even so, decisions do not produce immediate effects. A decree may take months to be enforced. An order may be lost along the way. Power also travels on horseback. At night, darkness fully arrives. There is no electric light cutting through the landscape. Candles and oil lamps create small circles of brightness surrounded by shadows. Streets grow quiet early. The body asks for rest when the sun disappears. The next day cannot be rushed. Time belongs to the world, not to machines. But something begins to change. In discrete workshops, gears are tested. Ideas circulate among intellectuals, merchants, inventors. Experiments with steam, wheels, levers. They are still curiosities, still exceptions. But they carry a silent promise to do more in less time. Some see this as progress, others as a threat. For now, however, the horse still reigns. It connects villages, cities, kingdoms. It moves armies, carries goods, delivers news. The rhythm of its stride defines the limits of the known world. There is no greater speed than what it allows. People live within that limit and feel no lack of another. A family gathers around the table. Stories are told aloud, passed from generation to generation. There are no constant distractions. Shared time is long. Silence is not uncomfortable. It is part of life. The future is not an obsession. Survival is. On the roads, travelers set up camp at dusk. Small fires light tired faces. Stories are exchanged among strangers. The world feels immense, yet predictable. Change takes decades, not months. No one imagines this will end. No one realizes that this slowness, so natural, so accepted, is about to become a lost luxury. In a few generations, the horse will no longer be at the center. Steam will take its place. Then something even faster. But here, in this moment, the world still breathes at the rhythm of an animal's steps. Every journey is felt in the body. Every distance is real. Every day ends with honest exhaustion. Time does not run. It walks. And when night finally falls, wrapping fields, villages, and cities in deep darkness, no one complains about the slowness. No one asks for acceleration. Because this world still understands something the future will forget. Not everything needs to arrive quickly to have value. Before machines, before rails, before the clock ruled everything, there was a time when the world moved at the speed of horses. And at that pace, life made sense. The world has changed, and it will continue to change. If this journey into the past opened your eyes, don't let this story end here. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Because every week, we bring back worlds that time tried to erase. You're not here just to watch. You're here to remember. Subscribe. And keep watching history be born again.